Peace, what's going on, y'all? It's your man, Soul Man IT. Welcome and welcome back to the channel, Pubnanigans. Today, I got some good news for y'all. We finally got some good news, right? Check it out. As of 9 hours ago, if my math is mathing correctly, that'd be like 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. PUBG released this post, notice regarding controller support on PC platforms. And there's also the news article that they released it on their news section of their website. Links for both of these down below. But let's check it out. We sincerely apologize for the omission of controller support in update 32.2 for PC platforms, which caused the feature to be disabled and disrupted your gameplay experience. We also regret the delay in identifying the issue and communicating it with you. We deeply apologize for not providing the seamless gaming experience you deserve during this time. We're planning to fix this issue in update 33.1, scheduled for December 4th, which will restore controller support to its previous functionality. Update date December 4th, 0000 UTC time. Through the various feedback we've received from the community regarding this matter, we've come to have a much clearer understanding of how important controller support on PC is for our players. In response, we're planning UI improvements to enhance the experience for controller users, with changes targeted for next year. We've also committed to exploring more ways to improve controller usability. We truly appreciate the patience and understanding of all our players who continue to support PUBG Battlegrounds. We'll keep listening to your feedback, so please keep sharing your thoughts with us. Thank you, PUBG Battlegrounds team. Yes, sir! Now, I don't know who to thank in this decision. I'm just going to say thank you to the community. Shout out to y'all. I think it's real big to note them saying, through various feedback we received from the community regarding this matter, we've come to have a much clearer understanding of how important controller support on PC is for our players. I am glad that they said something that shined a light on that there is a community of people who play on PC with a controller and did not feed into the whole PC master race bullshit and keyboard and mouse players are better than everyone. Man, bump that. We ain't even trying to hear that, right? Like, it's without getting into it, it's just good to hear them talk about bringing functionality back for controller support on PC, but them just make mention of, we heard y'all, we see y'all, cool. That's literally all we was asking for this whole month. But yeah, I saw this and I was like, all right, I gotta make a video. I gotta let y'all know it was goody, right? So this was good news to hear that we'll be getting controller support back, which means y'all can see more content here on the channel. Now, one of the things I did learn in this time for myself is that this channel will be more controller-based focused than it has been in the previous installments and episodes and whatnot. When I first set out to make the PUBG update videos that I have been doing, at first it started with the Veil of Tego episodes, and those did very well. Those were the first videos that did well on the channel, and from what I understand and what I believe, it was C-Dome and myself who were the first ones to make any kind of an update video in relation to Veil of Tego, and that's why they performed so well. I mentioned the Veil of Tego updates because that's when it became a little bit clearer to me that, oh, I can make not just gameplay videos, but I can make update videos, and people actually in the community want to hear me talk about the updates. Cool. And y'all found them to be informative, which was also dope. Because if I do updates or informative videos, I want them to be informative. I want y'all to walk away with something and not just sit here and watch some cat rant, or talk about something, right? What's the point of that? We got a whole bunch of that online in PUBG and outside of PUBG. One of the things I learned in doing the PUBG PC controller updates was that there is a lot of us, that play on controller. And I did not know that, because asking any of the homies I play with, or just even, looking at other streamers and stuff like that, they'll make it seem like we are not that many. And to some degree, it started to feel like they were saying that we weren't worth anything as players, at least fellow community members that play on keyboard and mouse. So that's why I was doing shout outs to different folks who did acknowledge us as a player base, as part of the player base, because it means that we do have value, right? You may think that you're better than us because you play on keyboard and mouse, and it's like, whatever. I'm not here to convince you otherwise. It's more so, can you just acknowledge us like on some humanitarian shit, on some humanity shit, like that we exist? Because for those who play on controller that have disabilities, it should go without saying why they're even so pressed in making sure, hey, do y'all see me? Do you know that I exist? We just trying to play this game. And that was just real dope to see that there is a large part of us that are here. So moving forward, I do want to incorporate more content that's based around PUBG controller players. So some of that's going to be me playing on console. I'll have some video footage at some point uploaded on here of me playing with one of our community members, Mike That Dude. Shout out to Mike, Chi-Town Stand Up. There will also hopefully be some more content of me playing with TBG, the Beard Guys. So basically me playing on console. I got an Xbox, and that's what I was playing a few times here and there in between in this little, month break apparently. And it was good to have a month break. Not even gonna hold y'all. Like it was good to have a break for this long because I was putting a lot of time and hours into just this channel, and I run other channels. I got Home Arcade Classics. That's for like my retro gaming and video game news, and really just having a space to talk about the older games. I got my Sega Genesis, my original Sega from when I was a kid, my Nintendo. I got some other like just video games I find when I go thrift store shopping that I wanted to have a space to play and talk about. I just recently opened up Soul Man Plays, so basically all my other video game content can go on there. And this way I have a channel that's focused on a certain type of content and not going so wide. Folks come to the channel and are like, what is this thing about? So this month off gave me a chance to be able to do that, right? Playing Call of Duty, Black Ops 6. Shout out to the homies over there, Julie Jules, Jeezy, the whole squad. Playing a whole new game, first person mode, because a lot of times you got the folks that are here in PUBG that are like, first person is better than third person. No, third person is better than first person. It's like, shut up and play the game, right? So it was good to be able to play a game in a different mode. Usually I'm playing a lot of third person games. Not to say that I don't play first person games. Depending on what the game is, if the game is fun, the game is fun. Like I played Halo. Like I'm a Halo kid, so like that's first person right there, right? But needless to say, there's gonna be more controller based content on this channel. Still mulling over like, what does that look like in terms of like so not every video becomes the same, and so yeah, hopefully this video was informative and inspiring, uplifting, right? We got some good news. You can see the smile on my face. You can see I'm happy, right? And we'll be having an update next week, and then we can get back into PUBG, get back to losing to mouse and keyboard players and cheaters, really. I think part of this, we still weren't given a reason as to why we did not have controller support for this whole month. I'm trying to be mindful of how I say it because I don't want to be any more accusatory than I already have been, because it's clear they've already apologized for it. But even in the posting and the wording of what they're saying, there still hasn't been a reason given as to why controller support was removed, and whether it was removed intentionally or unintentionally is basically what I'm getting at. We don't know if it was removed because of a bug for the when they added the raft that everyone asked for. you know, and as soon as the raft came in, it was just like, oh, no, we got to remove something, right? But in all seriousness, we don't know if it was like a bug caused from the addition of that or something else that went wonky with it. We don't know if it was done intentionally to basically stop those who are using. It seems the main method of how folks that are hacking are getting around their kernel-based anti-cheat, as well as I believe it's kernel-based anti-cheat, which is kind of like what everybody else be having. Is the third-party device, from what I understand, Cronus. You have your controller, you have your basically you have your controller, and you're putting this device in between the controller and either the PC laptop setup or the console, and it's allowing you to do things with your controller that you should not be able to do. That gives you an unfair advantage against other players, whether they be also on controller or they're playing on keyboard and mouse. You know, we just come in to play the game and still have a competitive gameplay. At the end of the day, we're competing against each other, and we love the spirit of that competition. So saying all that to say, we don't know why it was removed, and if it was removed intentionally to prevent cheaters, that's really like the only thing I can think of that would speak to that, for why they would remove it in the first place. Because it seems not just in PUBG, but in pretty much any competitive game that's out right now, Fortnite, Apex, Call of Duty, I think Valorant is the only one I hear that doesn't necessarily have this cheating problem. And I could be wrong. Let me know down in the comments. If you do play Valorant, like is cheating a real big thing? I know some folks had been talking about CSGO has a big cheating issue. But yeah, cheating has become more and more rampant, I think, because of, you know, when they do different tournaments and there's cash prizes where basically you can play from home or you can play from your content creating studio if you have one, and you can make legit money, right, by just performing well and playing in the game. And then when the added aspect of this, or if you don't compete and you have a channel, like I have a channel, and you have that channel monetized or you're sponsored or whatever. There's different ways now that you can make money in video games as a player, and than there was, like, at least when I was coming up as a kid. You had to be like a video game tester or a developer. You didn't necessarily get money as a player unless you were in tournaments. But enough of my existential, philosophical, you know, can we all just get together, get along rant. Controller support is coming back to the game, which means Soul Man IT is coming back to the game, and everybody else who plays controller coming back to the game, which means more content here on the channel. Yay, let's go. And Lord willing, by next week, we can all get back to it and we can figure out how to move forward from there. So yeah, that's all I got today. Just want to let y'all know that it's coming back to the game. And yeah, I guess I'll see y'all next week. Y'all have a good one. It's your man, Soul Man IT. I'm Outski. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.